United stand. Some brilliant news for us all this afternoon that Manchester United are perilously, that sounds, well, I suppose there is perilous danger in relation to what's about to happen tonight with Bruno Fernandes playing for Sporting Lisbon. But this deal is very, very close now. Sky Sports reporting quite a few things from a few different sources. I suppose the big one is James Cooper, who's very close to Manchester United. He's been on the United stand. Sky Sports reporter saying that Manchester United have put all their eggs in one basket. They're not working on any other deal. This is the deal they want to do, and it will happen. It will happen for Manchester United. More importantly, other Sky reports about the sporting director, who has apparently said that he's very happy with the deal, and that he will, but Bruno Fernandes will play tonight because they want him to say goodbye to Sporting Lisbon fans. But they're happy with the deal, which apparently is, I mean, look, I don't care if we pay 60 million or 43 million, because that 17 million we save doesn't go towards other transfers. It just, that's not how it works at Manchester United. So I don't care if we pay 60 million or 43 million plus 17 million in add-ons. But the reality is, it looks like it is going to be 43 million pounds plus 17 million in add-ons, and which will be things like him scoring goals, etc., which is great. And that is still Sporting Lisbon's breaking record. The United stand, says Kel Banks. Well, it's felt like that this week, but it is massively important to me, and I know it's important to you. I mean, I've not shut up about Bruno Fernandes. I sunk with the ship in the summer, and I never thought it was going to come back. I thought it was down on the ocean like the Titanic, and I never thought, I thought I'd have to dive down and see it sometimes and reminisce about what could have been if it had made it to Manchester. But it looks like it's going to be resurrected, and it looks like it's on a fast track to Manchester United. And I'm very happy. I think last Friday when it broke, I felt these goosebumps that I feel now. Over the last week, I've become tired, frustrated, irritated by it. But now we're getting this stuff coming out of Sky. I tell you what, I feel bang where I did last week. I feel optimistic. I feel excited, because this is the player that I want. And I really, really cannot wait to see. I feel we had Christmas last month, and I feel like it is Christmas. To get Bruno Fernandes, I want to start building that hype again, because United transfers are exhausting. We know that. We go through the mill, and that's what happens. But this deal being this close now, I mean, look, the only thing that concerns me now is the same thing that's been concerning me all week, is why the hell is he going to play against Benfica? But apparently, according to Sky, Manchester United did not want Bruno Fernandes to play tonight. In all fairness, they did not want him to play tonight. It's Sporting who are saying that they want him to play to say goodbye to the fans, which I totally get. And in many ways, if somebody can guarantee me at 11 o'clock tonight when that game's over, he's injury-free and he's clapping to the Sporting fans, risk. It's a risk. I can give that a big old fist pump as well. I think it's great. He deserves that. What he's done for Sporting Lisbon over the last 2 seasons is incredible. The goals, the assists from where he plays, they want to say goodbye to him. He will want to say goodbye to them. I get that. I absolutely get that. It's fan. I suppose as a channel we should get behind that, because this is a fan channel. But this player is so important to us. I'm like, why take the bloody risk? Why take the risk? For all the 99% chance that he's going to be there clapping the crowd heading off to Manchester United at the end of the game, what about if he's going off on a stretcher with a broken leg in the first half? And then we'll be like, whoa. But it looks like it's out of United hands. United didn't want him to play apparently tonight. Sporting have said that he will. And to be honest with you, if we have got a good deal out of it, and 43 million plus add-ons is a good deal for the club, then maybe that was the sort of thing. Well, we'll take that, but you've got to let him play tonight. And United have obviously allowed that to happen. Unacceptable that it took a week to complete. Just shows how poor the state the club is in, says John Paul. And to be honest, 1 week-ish is an improvement on 3 to 4 weeks it took to make signings in the summer, says Gordon Murray. It is. And you know what? I've got to say, cheers for the reply on Twitter, @SlabheadUnited, says the scarf. No worries, mate. What I've got to say is that, look, for all the frustration, I've got to say, this makes me feel positive. That reset button. Let's see. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I've just done a video on That's Football. Can Klopp sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on Sunday? No. Even if he beats him 6-0, he ain't getting the sack. That is not on the agenda. Did not get no agenda. That is not on the agenda to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So we've got Solskjaer till the summer no matter what. Let's see what Bruno Fernandes can come in and do between now and the summer. Because I tell you what, in relation to the Premier League, if we lose to Liverpool on Sunday and Newcastle lose to Chelsea tomorrow night, there's an 8-point gap between us and fourth. I don't think we can close an 8-point gap in January. So the significance of top four is hanging by a thread. But Europa League, and Bruno can play in the Europa League, and he's good in the Europa League, and Pogba can get back for the Europa League, and McTominay can get back for the Europa League, and suddenly all our eggs are in one basket for the Europa League. So look, maybe that's our best opportunity, the Europa League, winning the Europa League, and that would be, very, very exciting. It's going to be a long 90 minutes tonight, Mark. Watch along, says Charlie Rogers. I tell you what, high five. I think we should do a watch along tonight. I think we should do a watch along for Sporting versus Benfica tonight. Who's with me? Smash a like on the video if you're with me. I think we should do a watch along tonight for the Benfica game and Sporting, because one, it's Bruno watch. We need to all be watching it together and sending our protection to him. And also, if you don't know much about him, you get to watch him as well, which will be exciting. So, look, recap. Sky Sports have joined the game. And I've said this, a lot depends on how credible Sky stay in relation to Manchester United. They were very credible last summer. It looks like they've continued it, which is a quite slightly encouraging in relation to Babakari Samari in the future of this transfer window. But for now, James Cooper, Manchester United correspondent for Sky Sports, saying United have put all their eggs in one basket. It will happen. This is the only deal they're working on. Also, Sporting Director saying that Manchester United didn't want Bruno Fernandes to play, but he will play because he's going to be saying goodbye to the fans, and they're happy with the deal that's been agreed, which appears to be around 45 million plus add-ons, which I don't really care. He's a 60 million pound player. If Sporting Lisbon haven't got 60 million, whatever, they need the money. It's still their biggest fee. He's still the second biggest export from Portugal in relation to price. Even at 43 million, he's still the second biggest. The only one that's beat that was João Felix to Atletico Madrid. So very happy. I think all week, as I said, frustration, irritation, but now it's getting close, excitement. But I tell you what, this deal is not done. This deal is not done. The deal's accepted. There's a very different thing. A lot of people saying deal done, deal done. You are absolutely jinxing it. Deal accepted. Sporting Lisbon have accepted this deal. Bruno Fernandes agreed terms 2 days ago. Deal not done until he gets through that 90 minutes tonight. If he gets through that, and it's a risk, but Sporting have said that risk is part of the deal. He must play tonight. He must say goodbye to the fans. He must play in this game. If he gets through those 90 minutes tonight, hallelujah, celebrate. It's time. That's the last hurdle to jump. And I tell you what, for me, I will be doing a watch along later because I will be absolutely crapping myself for 90 minutes. This deal, this is in football you have one player that you've always wanted to come to the club. It's this is the player. I can't believe he might be holding up a Manchester United shirt next week. I can't believe he might be playing against Burnley next week. I can't believe Bruno Fernandes could be playing for Manchester United, my club, this player. It's so exciting. But because of that, because we're that close, so close we can almost taste this deal, wouldn't it just be sod's law if something went wrong tonight? But we look powerless. And look, I would say that as well. Was there any way United could have made this deal happen before tonight? I don't know. And we'll have to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. But if we could have avoided it, I would like to. But apparently United did not want him to play tonight, and Sporting have said he will. Look, there's still a slim chance that he won't start, but I think he will do. And as with Samari, what they're saying is that Lille won't let him go before they play PSG on the 26th. So clubs seem to be doing this more and more now. It's a long 90 minutes tonight, says Charlie Rogers. It will be. And where would this rank in relation to Manchester United signings? Look, what I want to do is just get this deal done. I want it to be announced tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, or probably Monday now. What United would, unfortunately, you can read this deal like a book. Many people said he'll play for against Benfica on Friday night. That's going to happen. And I and many others have said United will wait till after the Liverpool game to announce this deal, because if we lose to Liverpool, it's a way to give a boost to the fan base, isn't it? It's cynical, but I do think that that's when it will be announced. Maybe he'll just play the first half, says Jonathan Reed. No, it's not a pre-season friendly. It's not a Bruno Fernandes goodbye game. It's Benfica against Sporting. I don't know where they are in relation to league table, but this is a big rivalry. This is a big game, and he will be going. If you know about Bruno Fernandes, he won't want to be taken off at half time. He will want to play every minute of that game, and he will give 100%. And there lies the risk. He will go into every tackle. He will run every yard. Anything could happen, but we just got to hope that it won't. Can you see Benfica trying to injure him to harm their rivals, says Jimmy Johnson. No, I don't think so. I mean, why we're not Benfica's rivals, are we? So he's leaving. I mean, Benfica are going to benefit. What's the point? Abdul says that Sporting are fourth. I don't know what the gap is in points though. I can't believe Bruno will flop under Oli. I can believe that flop. I believe Bruno will flop under Oli, says Tommy Lynn. Look, those conversations are for the future days. The reality is this the right sort of signing for Manchester United? God, yes. Is he what Manchester United need? Yes. He's got goals. He's got assists. He's got leadership. He's got tenacity. He's got work rate. He's got absolute... If you could bottle up what Manchester United need, it's Bruno Fernandes. I said this in the summer. He's perfect. The Sporting manager said, to replace Bruno Fernandes, I need to sign 3 players because he gets goals, he gets assists, and he works hard and tracks back. Like, it's 3 different players in one. Now, the transferable skills to the Premier League, it looks good. It looks like it can do. I was doing the Smarter Scout thing the other day. It looks like he has got transferable skills to the Premier League. You never know. You never know. And we've seen players not adjust to the Premier League. But, you know, look, if you look at, like, Bernardo Silva, Portuguese, he's done well. Ronaldo did well. There's lots of Portuguese players that have come over and done well in this league. So I think it'd be good. Normally they announce transfers in time with the stock market, says Max P. Actually, Max, I just want to say to you there, that is one of the biggest myths out there. We don't do deals to announce with stock markets. Wan-Bissaka was announced at a midday on a Saturday. Don't worry about Bruno getting injured tonight. Worry about his ex-teammate Rojo doing him in training, says Chloe Jenkins. Yeah, I mean, just as a little thing I should say, Bruno Fernandes' injury record is very good. He doesn't get injured very often at all. We will be doing a watch along tonight. If he plays for Sporting tonight, we'll do a watch along, and it looks like he's going to play because God knows everyone's going to be watching it anyway. Apparently, you can watch it on Free Sports TV, which is on Sky and Virgin and other things, so you can watch the game. So we'll do it as a watch along. We'll finally have creative spark in Bruno and a link between the midfield and the attack, which we've been crying for. Tony and Rashi will be licking their lips, says Jack Webb. I just cannot wait in relation to the player we're going to get. I cannot wait to see. It'd just be like Ollie to stop playing the 4-2-3-1. But if he plays the 4-2-3-1, Bruno Fernandes is the centre of that 5 players around him, the 2 defenders, the 2 wingers, and their forward. You drop him in there. And what he can do, he's got long passes, short passes. He can run with the ball. Really excited. They need the money mark. Would they jeopardise it, says Charlie Rogers TGC. Yeah, so it looks like Sporting are going to take quite a low fee. I mean, 60 million is what they wanted. It looks like they're going to take 45 million with add-ons. And they do need the money. They do need the money. And I think what we saw last night, and I have been proved right on this, it felt to me like the Wan-Bissaka deal, where lots of things were coming out in the press. Oh, you know, they're too far apart on the fee. They're not going to get him. And then we did. And last night when we saw all that again, I was just thinking, is this being leaked to the press to put a bit of pressure onto Sporting to get the deal done? Because we were hearing there's a big gap between the fee and that it might not happen, but it just reminded me a lot of Wan-Bissaka last summer. And I'm glad that James Cooper did come out and say what he said, the Sky Sports correspondent for Manchester United, that United have got all their eggs in one basket with this one. And we were talking about this through the week. All week, this has been credible that Manchester United are after Bruno Fernandes. It's not speculation, it's credible sources. For them to mess this up would have been massively embarrassing. And as James Cooper said, when you've got all your eggs in one basket, you've got to get that deal done because United are not looking at anything else in January. Got a good injury record until he plays every game under Ollie, says Gordon Murray. Well, once he's under us, I don't care. He's a Manchester United player. But if he was to get injured tonight, he doesn't become a Manchester United player. Like if he plays for us against Burnley and breaks his leg, well, that is going to be horrible. But he's still a Man United player when he comes back. I just want him to be a Manchester United player. That's what I want to see. Nothing on Samori at the moment. Jaro Hernandez, nothing on him at the moment. And somebody just said nothing is confirmed. No, so right, look, where we're at is Bruno Fernandes deal accepted. So, terms were agreed with the player at the start of the week. The deal has been accepted by Sporting Lisbon. The deal is not done until he's played this game tonight. So, terms agreed with the player, easy work. What's happened now is Sporting have accepted the deal that Manchester United have proposed, which is believed to be £45 million plus add-ons. But as part of the deal, Sporting have said, even though United don't want him to play tonight, Sporting are saying, we're happy with the deal, but he does play tonight because we want him to say bye to the fans. So that is part of the deal accepted. He will play tonight. After tonight, signed, sealed, deal done. So we're at deal accepted stage, but the retainer in that is that he plays tonight. So deal's been agreed with the club, terms have been agreed with the player, but he has to play tonight, and then tomorrow it's deal done. Or Sunday or Monday, more likely, we'll see. The Sporting Benfica game, Manchester United, kicks off at 9:15 UK time tonight. So we'll just knock the 8 o'clock show back an hour, and we'll go live at 9 o'clock, and we'll do a watch along and a chat for that as well. We've got nearly 10,000 people watching. Breaking news: Arsenal have paid Benfica to injure Bruno Fernandes, says Prishay Modi. Don't worry about Arsenal; they're just going to get bitter. And he should be leaving to catch a plane right now, not playing for Sporting, says Stephen Diak. Do you think Benfica's will try to injure Bruno? Yaz, I don't see why. He's leaving. He's not going to be a threat for them anymore in that league. Bruno Fernandes, our Manchester United players are looking forward to this now, says Melvin Cooper. I can't imagine anything wiping the smile on your face after this announcement, says John Tracy. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. And what's your thoughts, JS? I don't really have a problem with it, to be honest with you. And I'll do it on the United stand, the Bruno watch tonight. And can't wait to see him in red, says Liam Horton. What does it? One question I want to ask you, because we might not get to ask this when it actually is announced. I'll be like a kid on Red Bull. I'll be just all over. I'll be up the walls. I'll be so excited. So logically, as we sit here now on the crest of this deal being done, when it's done, what does it do to your support for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? What does it do to your support for the board? Are the board on the path back to being okay again? Or is Ole given a brand new chance? Because I said, I think if anyone can find me the clip and tweet it out and tag me in it, I will retweet it. Because I'm pretty sure on January the 5th, or around then, I did a transfer show and flippantly said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you're watching, go and sign Bruno Fernandes and I'll back you for the next 2 years. At that point, I had no idea Manchester United were back in for him. So I can't really go back on that statement. And I did mean it when I said it. So to me, I know Manchester United will pretty much stick with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer till the summer. And if he gets us back in the Champions League or he wins a trophy, they'll stick with him until next season. If he gets Bruno Fernandes, he's just bought the player that I want the club to buy. So I can't see the club buy Bruno Fernandes and go, get out, you're rubbish, I don't trust you, you don't know what you're on about, your recruitment's crap, you don't spend any money. I've sort of got I still think the recruitment has been crap and I still don't think we spend enough money, but I've also got to go, you know what, they've just been and bought the player I never thought they would buy, and I think he's perfect for us. So to me, there is a reset button when this deal is announced and done, because I'm massively excited to see how he goes. I'm massively excited to see how he integrates to the team. I think he's the right personality. I think he's the right player. And I'm interested to see what will happen. And I want United to be successful. So, you know, Mourinho's probably sat there. Van Gaal's probably sat there. Moyes probably sat there going, bloody hell, I didn't get players like that bought for me when I was doing bad. I didn't get that many chances. But come see, come saw. Some do, some don't. And I'm just I will give him the time. I will give him to the end of the season. I still don't see what he's doing tactically. I still think he looks like a work experience boy doing a proper job. But this signing will make me very positive. Man City semi-final second leg looks interesting now, says Matov Dali. I mean, we're 3-1 down, mate, at the Etihad. It will be tough regardless of how well he does. And for me, this doesn't change my mind on Ole or the board, because it depends on tactics he uses and how the board continue to spend him, says Gordon Murray. Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's the most relevant thing. I think it's, and some people are saying it'd be a slight boost, but the jury's still out. I think you're right. I think that it has to be a first step. I hope the club don't go, well, there's your Bruno Fernandes signing, leave us alone, we're going back to not spending money and doing it badly now. I've always said, when this came out, this feels to me like the club and the manager have looked at the fan base and gone, they're turning on us, how do we get them back? Let's look at Bruno Fernandes, because if we get him, everybody's happy. It feels like a fan service. You know, people said that the Rise of Skywalker, the final Star Wars film, was very much fan service. And fan service means they're looking to make fans happy. And maybe we're living in that era now where, you know, big brands, big clubs, big franchises are looking to make the fans happy. And this feels like, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was fan service. I think giving him the job was fan service. I think the club said, we've got to sign him. The fans want him. We've got to give him the job. And I think this Bruno Fernandes signing is fan service. It's like, this is what the fans want. I think with Longstaff, maybe Ole preferred Longstaff, but they were like, if we buy him, you're going to be gone by February. So maybe this is fan service, but you know, I hope it works. I remember everyone hating Liverpool's board a few years ago, and look how times change. Can the Glazers and Ed turn it round, says Levi Pegler. I live my life, Levi, always willing to give people a second chance. Or you know, unless it's something ridiculously illegal, you know, I think in these sort of parameters, you can earn a second chance. They are the owners of the club. It doesn't look like they're going to sell. So what do you want? Do you want them to carry on doing what they're doing, or do you want them to try and do things like this? So yeah, what number would he be wearing, says Len Bathen. There are a few numbers available. I think 11's available, 19's available, one of the early 20s. But I predicted he'll wear 25 because I think he will wear 25 because he wore 25 for Portugal before he changed to 16. So I think that's what he will wear with regards to Manchester United. But very, very happy, and I hope you are. Smash a like on the video. This is the first step. I think the next Bruno Fernandes video will be deal accepted. So it is that close now. Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United. Happy people. What a Friday afternoon message. Deal accepted from Sporting's side, but he must play tonight for Sporting. That are the terms. Those are the terms. Yes, we're happy with the deal, but he's going to play tonight to say goodbye to the fans. So very interested about that. Do you think he will start against Burnley, says Anarud? Yes, I think 100%. If he signs for United and he doesn't get injured, if he doesn't get injured tonight, he'll sign for United and then he'll play against Burnley. Yeah, he's fit. He's going to be playing a game tonight in a derby against Benfica. He's match fit. He goes straight into the team. Mark, can you write a fan chant for Bruno for us to sing at Old Trafford, says Steve O. Atherton. Well, you could use the Van Persie one, couldn't you? You could go, oh, Bruno Fernandes. But no, that's for Van Persie. So someone's going to have to come up with his new one, isn't he? Right. Could he wear the number 7 shirts? I wouldn't give him the number 7 shirt. I think the number 7 shirt needs to be earned, not handed out. I think 25 is a good one for him for the last... Just give him 25 till the summer, and then if he has a really good 4 months, give him the number 7 in the summer. I wouldn't jump the gun. And he might get 11. He might get 11. He may well get 11. But if he's asked, I think he might take 25 because that's what he wore for Portugal before he moved to 16. Right, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Smash a like. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. You need to subscribe because we go live if there's big news like this. We are going to be live tonight, and by the looks of it, we're going to be doing a watch-along for Sporting against Benfica. All of us pray. I'm gonna need a drink tonight because every tackle it's gonna be a long 90 minutes. But subscribe. We'll be going live later on tonight. Thanks everyone for watching. Exciting. It's very exciting, and I'm very, very happy. Speak to you all soon. Better not get bloody injured, you know. It's bloody typical. Absolutely typical. But he won't really.